Y'all know what it is. It's Rise with the Kings. We back for another episode. Real excited. We got some new genre, as you can say, on the show. You know, I'm gonna go ahead and let him do his thing and let him, pop his own shit real quick.
So I'm Nelson. Thank you for having me on your platform.
For sure.
I do Christian music. It's not for everyone. I understand that. What's interesting about Christian music is it encompasses many genres.
Okay.
It's more of a spirituality, a faith that it can blend in anything. You know, I can blend it in R&B, in rap, in hip hop, in reggaeton, in reggae, in dancehall.
Oh, you can blend it.
Blend it in anything.
Okay.
The thing is, if someone's not a Christian artist, they still blend their faith and stuff, regardless, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's me. I wasn't always this way though. I used to do non-Christian music.
Oh, okay. So we got some story times to get into in a little bit. All right. Excited. Good to have you here. Excited to work with you. You know, the man's got a music video coming out, you know. I'm real excited for that, you know. Shout out Rising Visions Media. This is gonna be different, y'all. This one gonna be different. We just went to the spot. It's gonna be a movie. You know, it's gonna be a movie. That's the thing. This ain't just a music video.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of, I would say it's got a lot of meaning to it. You know, a lot of meaning to just the track itself. Real powerful track. Listening to it, you know, it's something that, what did I say when I listened to it for the first time? You almost forget that it's Christian music. And not to say that like, you don't notice that it's Christian music, you do, but the way you blend it, man, you think you just listening to a bop, you know what I'm saying? You wouldn't even think, oh man, he sure is talking about praise the Lord, this and Jesus that. You know what I mean? Not saying it's like that or whatever, but you know, it's cool how you did blend it in, you know, after you said that that it's cool that you can blend it in with different genres.
Thank you, I appreciate that. At the end of the day, music is music, and it ought to be good.
For sure.
We ought to, as creators and listeners, listen to stuff that is telling a story, that has a message and a meaning. Even when I was not saved, I used to like what's called conscious rap.
Okay.
I used to listen to people like Immortal Technique and others, and Most Def, and they're storytellers.
Yeah.
I don't listen to that now because I have a different worldview.
Right.
However,
and that's all okay.
Music is music, you know. I believe in storytelling. I believe in people taking the time in their craft to do more than just showboat. Okay.
Yeah. For sure. That's a different type of message right there. That's a good message for the youth. You know, these young artists that's coming into the scene that are making a lot of noise at the age that they are. You know, I think that's a good message for them to take in, because you don't gotta. Who was we talking about the other day? Was I talking to I City Nicks? Y'all might know him live from last night. The difference between how they used to flex and how they flex now. You know what I mean? Or like flexing in general and everything like that. You know, how old are you?
I'm 35.
30? Damn. I didn't mean it like that. I didn't expect 35.
I didn't think that either.
I didn't expect 35, you know what I'm saying? Black don't crack, but whatever race you is, don't either, huh?
I'm Afro-Latino.
Okay, that's what's up. I've lost my train of thought when I'm saying 35. You know, but the way that
I look like I'm still 22.
You know, the way that you know how flexing started and everything like that, it's changed in so many ways. You know, it used to be not flexing the money, just flexing what you bought from the money. Then they started flexing with the money, you know what I'm saying? And I can say growing up, I don't think we flex money. You know, like in my teenage years, or y'all know a boy 29 this year. You know what I'm saying? Even my younger years, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't. We ain't flex money. We wasn't. We wasn't doing all that. If we was flexing, it's because, you know what I'm saying, we had just bought the new iPhone or something. We was flexing our phone, or, you know what I'm saying, we wasn't flexing the money nowadays, or the guns, or the drugs and stuff like that. Nowadays, these young cats, man,
I'm gonna give you a real interesting perspective. I'm a student of history.
Okay.
Music recorded is not that old, just so you know. Early 1900s.
Right.
It started being recorded. It got popular with record labels since like the 1950s.
Okay.
With doo-wop and all that. After the doo-wop phase, you had the soul phase of like the 60s and 70s. You had the hip-hop, the pop, the rock, and all that from the 80s to like the early 2000s. And then it just changed over time. I've done hip-hop my whole life, right? Even as a Christian rapper. This is the only genre of music, for one, as people get older, they feel like you're disqualified from being creative, which is weird. Every other genre, they're touring till they're 80 years old.
You know.
So that's one interesting perspective. Another interesting perspective is, I was literally thinking about what you're saying about the whole money thing today. A lot of the songs today, mainstream is in urban hip-hop type genres, because there's subgenres of that. It's about flaunting, flexing, showing off, saying what you got. I'm a millennial. I'm a 90s baby. I came up, and I'm from the Bronx, New York City. I came up in a time where music wasn't about that. There was a little bit of everything. You had, because I'm from a different time where rock bands were still popular in the early 2000s, and all the Black and Latino kids were singing along to Linkin Park and all these other bands, all these songs that were on the Now CDs. And I know I sound like an uncle right now, but we live in a different time. My best message I can give, whether you're an audience, listening to music, or an artist who creates yourself, be a storyteller. Be if you're gonna do it, go all the way.
Oh, for sure.
Don't just do it to just talk about money for 20 years.
Please, man, please.
Everybody got money.
Yeah.
Or lack thereof, but there's no substance to that conversation.
So yeah, everybody got a car nowadays. We got a house nowadays. Yeah. I feel you though.
That's my 2 cents on that.
He said my 2 cents on that. All right, Dan. That's what's up, man. So you've been, how long you been creating music? You say 35. How long you been doing it?
I was actually thinking about it before coming here today. It's gonna make me sound really old.
Damn.
I started rapping around 6th, 7th grade. So I was like 12, 13 years old.
Damn, so you've been...
Over 20 years I've been rapping in general and doing poetry. As far as recording, probably since like 9th, 10th grade. So still around like late teens of recording. But I've been a Christian for 9 years.
You've been a what?
A Christian.
Okay.
I was not raised a Christian. In 2016, I saw demons while I was awake for like the last week of the year. I gave my life to Jesus. I saw shadow figures and transparent figures, like the Predator movies, but real life.
Oh shit.
Gave my life to Jesus. I used to be a b-boy, a breakdancer.
Okay. Not a b-boy. I used to be a graffiti writer. That one, the graffiti writer too. I used to be outside.
This is about 10 years of my life, from 2008 to like 2016.
Damn.
I was real deep into hip-hop culture in the Bronx in New York City. I was a chapter leader of the Universal Zulu Nation. Zulu Nation is the organization that created hip-hop as you know it in the 1970s. They started in 1973. My dad was a member of it when it started. He was one of the people who was in the gangs who they came together to form that organization. When I was not saved, I was still rapping. I've recorded with hip-hop legends. A conversation with me is not like a lot of the people you're going to talk to. And I don't say that in a cocky way. I say it because I know who I am. Real. I know my history. I've recorded music with Grandmaster Caz, who from the Cold Crush Brothers. He's the first person to rap and DJ at the same time. I've recorded with Tragedy Gaddafi. He's known for the song Arrest the President and I'm Black and I'm Proud.
Okay.
And I've recorded with Divine RBG from the reggaeton group The Day. He's known for a lot of political activism stuff. You see him do performances with like M1 and Dead Prez and stuff. In Zulu Nation, I did a lot of political activism. I did a lot of dance battles and you name it. I was real deep in the culture.
So you got a resume, huh?
Yeah. So a lot of the people you'll meet, you know, who are not Christian, who do music, their end goal is get famous.
Yeah.
Make money.
Yeah.
Collaborate with their favorite rappers.
Yeah.
I did that already. I've collaborated with some of my favorite rappers. I didn't make no money, but
you did what you wanted to do.
I did what I wanted to do.
You know what I'm saying?
And then I walked away from it because 2 years after I was a Christian, I went to a conference in ATL, got baptized in water in Jesus' name, and I had demons casted out of me over 40 minutes on like night 2 of the conference. I had to repent of graffiti. I had demons casted out of me that came in through breakdancing or b-boying, and I had to repent and renounce the Universal Zulu Nation. Africa Bambaataa, who founded the Zulu Nation, just died recently. And like he was about to be 70 years old. He was exposed around the time that I got saved for pedophilia and stuff. He was like Diddy before Diddy.
Not a Diddy before Diddy.
Or an Epstein before an Epstein.
Damn.
And this goes.
That's kind of wild.
It's not kind of wild. This is gonna go a whole left conversation here, but it's all connected because when you talk about the entertainment industry, music, movies, and whatever, there's a casting couch.
Yes.
These people have connections. They worship the devil in Hollywood.
Yes.
There's testimonies of people who are Christian and like me, they were not raised in church. They literally saw demons or God audibly spoke to them. And there's no reason for me to walk away from that. I was living my best life. Why would I walk away from that?
Right.
Doesn't make sense. But over the years, the Lord has had me write books like this, do music. I rap in English and Spanish. I'm proud to represent my Latino roots, my African roots. I love my Black heritage. I'm so glad to use my gifts to honor God. But I won't do graffiti no more.
Won't do graffiti.
I'm not gonna spin on my head no more.
What about legal graffiti?
Nah, I do visual art, but I won't do graffiti. I'll do a mural, but I'm not gonna do like letters and stuff.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I'm very different from a lot of the people you'll meet. Like some old 35.
Hey, don't say that. Don't say that.
Yeah. So I really hope that, you know, this interview really reaches you, the viewer, and lets you know that life has many twists and turns.
Facts.
For sure.
Facts.
And some of you, what you want, some of you are rappers watching this. Some of you are videographers. You're audio engineers, or you're getting into something creative. Life is not what you think it is.
Right.
I'll say that as someone who's lived a little bit. A little bit.
Little bit, he said, a little bit. Speaking of, we gonna throw a left real quick. Y'all know how we do on the show. I came up on this post. Now, I know you said you ain't want to be involved or you was tired, you know what I'm saying? Princess is here, guys. She, you know what I'm saying? She is on a break right now. I think it's called maternity leave or something. But I need her input on this one. A 99-year-old man, his 96-year-old wife, after 77 years of marriage, he divorced her because she had an affair. Y'all divorcing? You know what I'm saying? Me and Prince has been married for almost a year. 77 years of marriage. 1940s is when she had the affair. So, you know.
Since then?
1940 is, in the 1940s, that's when the affair happened.
Oh.
It's
either way.
77 years later. Either way, she cheated. You know what I'm saying? She had an affair. You go 77 years, you know what I'm saying? Pray to God you know, this don't ever happen. You know, it ain't never gonna happen. I ain't never gonna cheat on you. Hope you don't know the team. You know what I'm saying? But we go 77 years, right? You find out year 4. You know what I'm saying? I let my swimmer swim somewhere else. You know, no kid came out of her nothing. But you find out 77 years later. You know what I'm saying? We just in bed.
Oh, he just found out.
He just found out 77 years later.
And it happened way back then.
Way back then. They're 99 and 96 at this point. Are you...
That's horrible.
You divorced?
I'll give you a biblical take on it.
That's horrible.
Okay,
Why did she keep that secret that long? Like, that's not okay.
Oh no, so how long she supposed to keep it?
They're on the verge of possibly dying. Like, they thought they would die together.
Nope.
So the fact that she just now came into open, like, that's very hurtful. That's crazy.
I would say one, just because you see it online, it ain't true.
Oh, big facts, big facts.
The world is a stage.
Big facts.
Anyone can say anything on video, edit anything on photo. You have face AI technology. They can put your face on someone and
put your face on anything.
You weren't even there. You didn't even do it.
Yeah.
You have evil, wicked people in this world who will take a photo of your children and do wild stuff.
And they is.
Not everything is real. You gotta remember that. But if this is real, that's wild. He should have never done it at all. Any man who does that, or any woman who does that, they don't love their spouse.
No, she cheated. Yeah, she cheated. She cheated. 99-year-old man divorced a 96-year-old. 60 years later is when he found out.
How did they didn't explain like how he found out, or?
No, I think she probably just told him, you know, if it is real, you know what I'm saying? She probably just told him or something like that, you know, hey.
I believe people can fight for love and they should, but it is a grounds for biblical divorce if there's an affair. That's my take on it. Not everyone has that worldview, and that's fine. You're entitled to your own worldview. But
y'all know how I'm coming. I'm leaving.
10 out of 10 people is gonna feel salty if that happens to them.
I'm leaving. I find out 60 years later you was clapping cheeks. Where? Oh yeah, gone. I don't care what we gotta go. Gone. Get on up out of here. No. I ain't gonna cry. I ain't gonna yell at you. I ain't gonna argue with you. I ain't gonna scream at you. I ain't even gonna be mad. I'm just gonna keep the kids and tell you to leave. Keep the kids and tell you to leave. You know what I'm saying?
I know they have to have kids, right?
Probably grandkids, maybe.
Yeah, kids.
They got a whole family.
They're in their 90s. Like, was one of the children his? That's a lot to think about.
At that point, you wouldn't even know. You know what I'm saying? First of all,
they may have not had DNA testing and all that back then. So,
and you that old, you know what I'm saying? Your memory ain't going back that far. You know what I'm saying? You don't even know. You ain't even know she cheated. You know what I'm saying? So you tried to 60 years ago.
Maybe she thought she was 16 still and told him.
DNA test. Oh man, that'd be crazy. That'd be crazy.
Can I say to anyone out there, if you're about that life and you know you're doing dirt, get right with God. Don't do that to someone. It's better to walk away instead of doing that to someone.
Yeah. Big facts. I tell them how it is every time. You know, I don't know. I ain't never gonna cheat on you. I'm gonna hurt you and leave you. That's what I'm gonna do. You're gonna be upset because I'm leaving you, not because I cheated on you. Well, I ain't leaving no more. I'm married, y'all, so I don't got nowhere to go. You know what I'm saying? Off the market. You know what I'm saying? I'm not single, not ready to mingle, ain't none of that shit. I'm not outside. It ain't hot boy summer, whatever the fuck they be saying. And for her, it ain't no hot girl summer. She ain't outside. She ain't throwing ass. She ain't shaking at it. She at home. You know what I'm saying? And just letting y'all know if y'all call her phone, let's go ahead. No, she ain't going no. But they probably think I'm controlling. It's some more. You know what I'm saying? She loves it here, guys. She don't got no problems. She love it here. I ain't gonna lie to you. Ain't no problem with it. But yeah, man, y'all know we're a world basic show, so we like to keep the topics going. What's going on in the world? You know what I'm saying? And we'll keep it local. We'll keep it kind of like a broad conversation for this next topic, because you know a lot of shit's been going on in Fort Wayne. You know, with killings to child predators to you know robberies and all this and all that, and it's crazy how last year how bad it was in Fort Wayne. It just got worse. That's what it feels like. It just got worse. Trafficking rings were broken. A female and a male was caught. And, they were just. I'm pretty sure they were just sentenced, but I think he got sentenced more than her. Is what I think. They say the girl says that she wasn't part of the trafficking ring. She was just one of the girls they were trafficking. But he's saying, and I guess they might have some evidence on it that, she was a part of it or whatever. And, y'all, and I'm not trying to, gender bash or anything like that, but I'm not going to lie to you. The world believes that women don't do this.
I would recommend, there's a movie, The Sound of Freedom, came out recently, showing you how the trafficking industry is the biggest industry globally.
Oh, yeah.
There's heavy hitters all across America, South America, Africa, Asia. It's the problem is deeper than you think.
Yeah,
and
for
if we probably knew the reality of it, you would be terrified.
Big facts. I won't be surprised. Big facts. It's a lot, a lot going on, and at this point, y'all, we try to preach peace. You know what I'm saying? Kumbaya, as you would say. We want everybody to come together and start doing things the right way, because I don't know what it is. Well, I kind of do know. I know some of it, what it is. It's these movies and all these rappers and this and the third.
That's where the morality comes in. And when someone is not a Christian, they don't have a standard of morality. Your version of good and someone else's version of right and wrong, it doesn't have to even agree if you don't have the same worldview. This is why people can say, "Oh, Hitler was a good guy,"
right?
Because there's no standard of right and wrong.
Yeah.
But the minute we say, "Oh no, I stand on a standard," for me, that's the Bible. But people don't like that. But you're more Christian than you think as an American.
Right.
Because when you travel the world, go to these Arabic-speaking countries where there's Sharia law and try to stand on your version of right and wrong. It's not the same thing there.
Right.
Because they have a different worldview. Islam had black slaves. Muhammad, he had black slaves. He was a black slave trader. He was a womanizer. He was a pedophile, just like Epstein, just like Bambaataa. Right? I know I'm going left field, but it's all connected.
You're good.
We live in a time where I thank God because the internet exposes everything, the good and the bad.
Yeah,
you can't hide nothing no more.
That's true.
God will allow you to be exposed, but it's not to humiliate you. If you're still breathing, no matter how bad you are as an individual, you can get right with God because you're breathing.
Facts.
Even Jeffrey Dahmer, this guy ate human beings. Had them in his fridge, like a Lunchable.
Like a Lunchable.
This guy, they say in jail, he gave his life to God. I don't know if that's true. It could be a lie. But if it is, that's a great example, And I know, some of y'all may not want to hear this,
but looking at you crazy right now.
Some of y'all,
we said what?
You're super angry, but you touched on it. Look at your playlist. How much of those songs are about murder, selling drugs, using drugs,
robbery,
and then you feel some type of way when a loved one overdoses. You feel some type of way when someone rapes someone, but you're listening to music where they're talking about degrading women. Why are you surprised that people are killing people and raping people when they're listening to music? Do you know that gang members, when they do a drive-by, they're playing music to hype them up to do the drive-by? You think they're playing Elton John? No, they're not. I promise you, they're not playing Rocket Man.
Damn, yeah, you're not wrong. Music, man, it's an amazing tool, but what do they call it? Bittersweet moments. You know what I'm saying? It's a bittersweet thing. It's a slippery slope. You know what I'm saying? You can go so many ways with music. It can tear you to shreds, or it can save your life. You know what I'm saying? I've heard a lot of stories, man. Oh, music saved my life. Music saved my life. Music saved. I love it. And then you hear some people the way that they use music to they think it's bringing them up, but it's really shredding them. You know what I'm saying? It's not giving them no sense of positivity. It's not giving them no knowledge, anything like that. Some people don't just listen to music for the beat and a flow. You know what I'm saying? Some of us use it to learn. You can use these tracks to learn a whole lot of different things, and you know what I'm saying, learn coping mechanisms to learn how to break through some shit. You know, not just the hot girl party that went on at the beach last summer in Miami. You know what I'm saying? And I hate that we have so many, I guess you can call them talented artists nowadays, but the focus is ass, money, and going to be a hoe.
I mean, we know why. It's payola with the radios.
Yeah. And it's sex sells. I get it. You know what I'm saying? Everyone knows that. But at the end of the day, like...
The major record labels are gatekeepers in the digital platforms and physical stuff with every like major stage, major arena, major way to blow up and make money. They're gatekeeping it.
Oh, for sure.
And if you don't, you're gonna get down or lay down. You don't go along with their program and make songs about what they tell you. You're not getting on those stages.
No.
You're not getting in those platforms.
No.
There's a lot of people across the world. You got to remember, music is bigger than English. It's bigger than America too. I have this problem with. I'm American. I'm Puerto Rican. I've been American my whole life.
Right.
Never lived in another country. But I hate how people in this country think. A lot of people don't have an international mind state.
Correct.
They think the world revolves around America. There's talented people in every genre of music worldwide. And you're not going to hear 90% of them. Just coming from where I was from New York City, there's like 20 rappers in every building. You take the train, there's 10 subway cars on one train. Just on your commute route to go to work or school, you probably got 1,000 rappers on that train and you don't even know it. And they got bars, they got lyrics. Some of them could write songs, but guess what? You're never gonna know. You know, a lot of the music industry is fake.
Yeah.
If you can buy your way
I see you saying
to
that
get famous, you will. A lot of artists get famous by playing their music in strip clubs. A lot of artists get famous by paying DJs, paying the right people. If you're a rich kid in today's society, you come from upper class, or if you're a drug dealer and you got the money to spend,
there it is.
the money to burn.
That's the big one.
You can have a rap career.
What I need a sound. I need a sound.
It's not based on talent.
It's not, and it sucks because, you know, you got people who are taking, and I don't want to say it like that because I don't want to sound like I'm just hating or something like that or whatever, because I'm really not. I'm the best motherfucker in the world, you know, so I really don't care. You're not going to change my mind. But like, you got people out here who really are hot dog water, booty cheeks, you know what I'm saying? But they got that money. And I would respect it more if it wasn't drug money or blood money. You know what I'm saying? Or some come from a robbery or something. Like, you know, some niggas only got money because they rob, and that's all they do is rob. And you know what I'm saying? That's not. Now, if you would have told me Jimmy down the street, he worked at McDonald's, Taco Bell, and Burger King all at the same time, saved up 50 racks from all three jobs, and then dropped a feature with Playboy Cardi or Lil Wayne or something like that, and then blew up from there, and now he's making millions. You know what I'm saying? I respect that a little more, but
I respect at least the approach.
Yeah, the approach.
Because I'm a Christian rapper. Like, you got Master P, right? They say Master P got his money from like a relative dying. It was an inheritance.
Okay.
He spent that inheritance on buying like a record store and flipping the money, and he was one of the first artists to get signed and have his own masters, which is rare. I respect that hustle. You have to respect that. It's integrity. Yeah. You know, it's dignity to a degree. Then because even if people use all the right steps, they work hard, 3 jobs to get the money.
McDonald's talk about it.
To pay for a feature from a famous rapper. Okay, what's the song about? What's your discography? What's your music catalog about? Is it still nonsense? Okay, so then you got money the right way, but now you're still putting out garbage.
Right.
You're still putting out poison to society.
Right.
I still can't co-sign you.
Facts.
But I can respect that you hustled.
Facts.
And I can respect that you had some level of integrity.
Right.
And that's going to upset some people hearing that. But it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
So there has to be someone in the room to say, you know what? Nah, this is good. Mm-hmm. This is evil.
Oh yeah, for
this
sure.
This is right. This is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I stand on that.
Yeah.
I don't care if I'll make enemies.
Big facts. Let's get into a track. We're not sitting here and doing all this time. Let's get our voice a little break real quick, y'all. Y'all know the music spin's coming, music breaks coming. If y'all want to be on that playlist, let me know. Just send in a DM to Rise Sutton on Facebook or Rise with the Kings that you guys are watching or listening to. Let me know you want to be a part of the independent artist soundtrack, and I will get you guys on that playlist. We need a new one. Season 4 has started. This is the first episode of Season 4. I don't have a playlist right now for Season 4, so I need y'all to get with me. You know what I'm saying? Get with me. Let's go ahead and pull up a track. Is the one for the music video released?
Yeah.
Okay,
it's
what's it called again?
I Take On His Yoke.
I Take On His Yoke.
This is the song for the upcoming video we're collaborating on. And it's going to be filmed here in Fort Wayne, Indiana. And I'm very excited about it. It's a cover, or a remix, if you will, over the Dipset anthem. The Diplomats is a rap group from Harlem, New York City, which, you know Cameron, Joel Santana, and Jim Jones, and all these people, Freaky Zeke and all that. They're not saved. They need Jesus. But the beat was fire, so I rapped over.
They're not saved. They need Jesus. That's all that matters. All right, y'all. We gonna get into this little track big track. You know what I'm saying? The biggest. And then we gonna get into a little backstory about it. Princess, can you hand me that? Can you pass me that speaker a little bit? Thank you. Right there. Oh, let them know, y'all. Let them know in the comments how y'all like it. Any questions y'all got for them, whatever it is, we try to keep the attention on people who are watching this sometimes too. You know what I'm saying? I do not have Princess here with me right now, as a member of today, so I do not have my person looking at the comments as much as possible. But she do what she do. But before we get into this, y'all, do me a favor, stop what you're doing, like, share, comment, repeat all day. You know what I'm saying? To do that, we need all eyes, all ears to hear this one right here. He said Jesus on this. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get into it.
Giving your life to Jesus. Let's praise God right now. Let's take a moment and reflect on how good He is, how merciful He is, and how holy He is. Let's go. God? The Son of God is Son, you make you like His very own. Then He can manifest like the series with Perry Stone. He ain't gonna dip in the winter like in Home Alone, but melt your pride like fondue from now past the great white throne. He gave us 2 tablets twice without a single stylus. He resurrected Lazarus and the daughter of Jairus. Like Darth Vader said, he said, Luke, I'm your father. The same God who raised Joseph to reap papyrus. When he says, I am, you fall back. Just listen, you ain't all that. Your sin provokes the anger, pushing pressure like a thumbtack. When he speaks, silence. He delegates assignments, you wildin'. If you reject his gift, listen, he carried his own cross and expects we lift. We celebrate him like your birthday. He rose on the 3rd day from death, and in the week the 1st day. He defeated death, hell, in the grave in the worst way. His mercy was gold, frankincense, and mercy. Per se, purposefully paces like in crochet. I sit alone, hand in the Bible, passing out gospel tracks, listening to worship music. In every home seeking revival, praying for the overflow, knowing as I go I'm moving. And living waters victorious, never falter. Now my life is His altar. I take on His yoke. I take on His yoke. I take on His yoke. I sit alone, hand in the Bible, passing out gospel tracks, listening to worship music. In every home seeking revival, praying for the overflow, knowing as I go I'm moving. And living waters victorious, never falter. Now my life is His altar. I take on His yoke. You heard? I take on His yoke. I take on His yoke. Peep game, peep game. I pray thy will be done, Dunny to the Holy One, Holy Father. I'm not a limus, cause I am a son. The greater Abel's able, from the future like he's cable. You could call him a carpenter, he be making and flipping tables. Turning tables on lone rangers from the very stable. Ride out like Jehu, wheels within wheels and dreidels. Decapitated serpents and they all was short circuit. My life is resurrected, dead to sin, check the post. My past was at Hell's Gates, I was very close. Then I met my maker, the wine taster and baker. Jesus the baptizer, made me George Fox and Quaker. There's nobody greater, testify to your neighbor. He's the common, what? Common denominator. Sweet lover, need a baker. Sweet lover, need a baker. I sit alone, hand in the Bible, passing out gospel tracks, listening to worship music. In every home seeking revival, praying for the overflow, knowing as I go I'm moving. In living waters, victorious, never falter. Now my life is his altar, I take on his yoke. I take on his yoke. I take on his yoke. I sit alone, hand in the Bible, passing out gospel tracks, listening to worship music. In every home seeking revival, praying for the overflow, knowing as I go I'm moving. In living waters, victorious, never falter. Now my life is his altar, I take on his yoke. I take on his yoke. I take on his yoke. Romans 3:20 to 24. Therefore, by the deeds of the law, there shall no flesh be justified in his sight. For by the law is the knowledge of sin. But now, the righteousness of God without the law is manifested, being witnessed by the law and the prophets, even the righteousness of God, which is by faith of Jesus Christ, unto all and upon all them that believe.
I tell you,
for there is no
that should go
difference.
crazy. I don't know if I can put the word shit inside of with the track, but that's all I think. It go crazy. That should go crazy. And like I said earlier, you forget it's a Christian. Do you know what I'm saying? You forget it's a Christian song. Just you stick to the beat, the flow, everything. You know what I'm saying? And I've heard a lot of different Christian artists, and I'm sorry to say, a lot of you have the same sound. You know, this is different, real different. You know, and it's like you threw old school in it too. You know what I'm saying? You brought the old school back with it. You made it your own. You know what I'm saying? I like how you made it your own. And
I'm glad you mentioned that, because whether someone is a Christian artist or not, if you're gonna rap over someone's beat, make it your own. Mm-hmm. There's a big difference between rapping over someone's beat and people just getting nostalgic about the other song.
Oh, facts.
Versus you rapping about it and again, I'm not being cocky or anything. I'm an MC. I can rap. But this is deeper than that, because this is not just about showing you I'm lyrical. Mm-hmm. There's a message. And you don't realize it, but at the same time, this is a class and I'm the teacher. You know, there was a time when MCs, where it was more popular, where you had the conscious rappers like the KRS-Ones and, you know, all that. But those guys still do music, but they're not mainstream. Even they're underground, a lot of those guys. And they could still make money going and doing shows and whatever, but I still disagree with their worldview. But I used to love their music, you know. And it's different when, like, I'm from New York City. It's different from everywhere else. A lot of rappers are still into boom bap over there. They don't rap on trap style beats. Right. They rap straight boom bap or like 90s style, early 2000s style. And what I love about rap, not to be long-winded, there's so many styles of rap. I would encourage anyone who is a rapper or a singer, find your own voice. I do more than just that style, because I rap and I dabble with like English and Spanish, and I can dabble in other genres but still keep it biblical and Christian and scripturally rooted. Not everyone could do that though, but that's me. I make music that I would listen to. You know, that's the most important thing. Just make good music, make music your own, and again, have a message. But I'm grateful that you like it, and I hope anyone who heard that you rock with this.
You would think he was putting that song on Stomp the Yard or something. You know what I'm saying? So stoned through the heart. I really like that one. That one dope. You know what I'm saying? That was dope. I'm glad I can work on a project with you, because this one right here, crazy. Yeah, the video gonna go crazy. You know what I'm saying? I'm just letting y'all know now. Done went over some things, done got some things set up. You know what I mean? Put some things in motion. The video gonna go crazy just from listening to the song and knowing what we can do and know what he's bringing to the table with the video. Yeah, it's gonna hit. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna hit. We gonna do our thing on it. We gonna do our thing on it for real, for sure. Where'd the song come from? What got you, excuse me, what had you sit down one day and start writing to that one?
I think that was one of those just random ones where it's like, I need to do a song over that. Over the years, because I've been saved in 9 years, right? Mm-hmm. When I first got saved, I had 4 mixtapes, and I collaborated with some of those hip hop legends I mentioned, and God had me destroy my whole music discography. And I had a big binder of songs. He told me to throw it out. And then like 2021, I started recording again. And little by little, he's just building this desire in me over the past few years to make music again. And so the past like 2 years, I started to slowly record more. And I think I just heard that one day. I was like, I need to destroy this beat. I need to do a song on that. And that's pretty much what inspired it. There's certain beats that they're timeless. Mm-hmm. They really are. And as an MC, like I love to rap, whether it's freestyle or songwrite. I'm a rapper's rapper. Not everyone's like that. Some rappers you meet, they're just songwriters, like 50 Cent, or they're just freestyle, rappers, or they're just like battle rappers. Sometimes battle rappers, they're really good at that, but they can't write a song for nothing.
Right.
Like I'm a rapper's rapper. I love to do everything. I love to make something that people can listen to and get them through a hard time, get them closer to God, give them a better understanding of the Bible, to break down things that, because some of y'all are not going to go to church. You're not going to listen to even probably one of my sermons, but you'll hear a song.
You're not wrong though. You're not wrong though. I was in high school, what was that? Sophomore year, I took Spanish or whatever. My Spanish teacher is always like, the best way to learn anything is through songs. I did a lot of, learn a lot of songs or Spanish through songs or whatever, but
that's how I learned Spanish, through reggaeton and salsa, and my Spanish is still bad, but I can rap in it. So.
Okay. They say it takes 3 hours to learn something new, but it only takes 20 minutes if you're having fun. You know what I'm saying? So, people like music, they like hearing that music. And and this is the thing, you can't just have, you can't just put it in a song and want to deliver a message. That's the thing, It has to sound good.
Yeah.
And that's what I like about this track. You got a real powerful message behind it, but the song in itself, as a whole, it's a solid track. You know what I'm saying? You got a 2026 summer banger. You know what I mean?
I appreciate that.
You're not stuck in a lane where, back to the blending, you're not stuck in a lane where it's just, I make Christian music and this is what it sounds like. And, it's not really much I can fluctuate with it or nothing. Matter of fact, let's get another track on. Before I even get into that, let's get another track on. And so let's see where it's coming from. Is there a specific one?
I Will Follow Him. I just filmed this music video in town in Fort Wayne. It's coming out, God willing, the end of this month or next month or sometime in the future. Okay. This is English and Spanish.
English and Spanish.
And this is a whole different vibe.
Okay. They call it Spanglish, y'all. Spanglish, y'all. If y'all didn't know, they call it Spanglish. Let me see if we can get it going for y'all. I apologize. We are having technical difficulties with our audio. I don't know why. I just keep doing that. Let's see. I will follow him. I will. Oh shit. Be typing too fast.
This one is more it's up tempo.
Okay.
Whereas the other song, the I Take On His Yoke, is more like just the New York gritty bars. This is more like have fun, but also bars.
Okay. Don't tell me it died or something. I mean, like, oh. Why do you want to play with me? Why do you want to play with me? Oh, while I'm figuring out the audio, tell them a little something where this one came from. Go ahead, get a background on it while we wait.
This song is just one of those beats I've been sitting on. I have a few, and I was like, oh man, because there's certain songs I've always wanted to make for years. I got into reggaeton when they got popular, when you had Noriega and Nina Sky and Daddy Yankee and all that in early 2000s. Being a Boricua from New York City, and if you're not from New York City, you don't get it. And if you're not a 90s baby, I grew up listening to dancehall, reggae, reggaeton, hip hop, pop, rock, freestyle, R&B, like real R&B, like where people are like singing to them make love songs, Like as an artist, I want to do all of that. Because I listened to all of that. So this is one of those beats.
The Bluetooth device is connected successfully.
It has that Latin vibe to it. And I went the Spanish route more on it, which for me is a challenge because I'm not fluent. I actually need the internet and dictionaries to help me.
The Bluetooth device is connected successfully.
I'm proud of this song.
There we go. I don't know what was going on, y'all. But I told y'all I was gonna get it going. Here we go. Let's get it.
El Dios que responda por fuego, He'll burn away all your pride. Espíritu Santo, mi Jesus, everywhere I go, I will follow Him, and I know I will worship Him, and I know I will follow Him. I will follow El Dios que responda por fuego, He'll burn away all your pride. Espíritu Santo. Everywhere I go, I will follow Him, and I know I will worship Him, and I know I will follow Him. I will follow. Te alabo en mi mente, mi corazón y cuerpo, in spirit and truth, mucho más de sentimientos. Abandono el viejo, yo camino en la luz, mi vida resucitarte, surgir en la cruz. I was once blind, leading the blind, but I was loose. It should be no surprise I'm alive, cause it's loose, and I died with Him, so He could live in me, and His absolute truth has set me free. El Dios que responda por fuego, He'll burn away all your pride. Espíritu Santo, mi Jesus, everywhere I go, I will follow Him, and I know I will worship Him, and I know I will follow Him. I will follow El Dios que responda por fuego, He'll burn away all your pride. Espíritu Santo, mi Jesus, everywhere I go, I will follow Him, and I know I will worship Him, and I know I will follow Him. There's only one God, and He saved my life. God on a tree, that's what my Christ. Y desde el principio me conoció. Now I'm forgiven and sure that look, I was lost and yet He came back for me. Doing the devil's work is played out and corny. My Father said, be ye perfect, sinning for me. Mira, yo, this Jesus to me, He is everything. Shepherd, healer, best friend, risen king. And there's no competition, explicitly listen to His word. Take heed when He says proceed. He shall bought from sin so we can rest in the bosom of the Lamb of God and the high priest. And the high priest. And the high priest. Oíste, el Dios que responda por fuego, He'll burn away all your pride. Espíritu Santo, mi Jesus, everywhere I go, I will follow Him, and I know I will worship Him, and I know I will follow Him. I will follow el Dios que responda por fuego, He'll burn away all your pride. Espíritu Santo, mi Jesus, everywhere I go, I will follow Him, and I know I will worship Him, and I know I will follow Him. I will follow. You follow trends, you'll be a trend. You follow those who despise the Lord, and you will despise the Lord. But if you follow Jesus Christ, you shall live like Him. You shall raise others from the dead like Him. You shall walk in signs and wonders and miracles like him. He loves you. Follow him. You only get one shot. This life. This life.
He did say it was different. He did say it was different. That's a little bop too, though. You know what I'm saying? There's a little bop too, though. I fuck with it. See my language, y'all. This is a different type of show, you know what I'm saying? I mess with it, you know.
So, I'm eclectic, but I'm an artist, but I'm still a rapper. So, like, I try to make sure in my music it's still lyrically on par, you know? If I make music, it's not to play around. I want a verse that... I grew up in a time where you would hear someone's verse, like a Jadakiss verse on a song, and you're like, oh, his verse made the song.
Type shit, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And as an MC, even if I'm making something that's not like more like for the hip hop crowd, if it's like the reggaeton or whatever, I still want to walk away feeling accomplished, like I did the verse. The verse did what it was supposed to do. The verse is versing, you know? There's no point in making a song, whether you're a rapper or singer, if you're not gonna go all out. If you're gonna sing, be Whitney Houston. You know, if you're gonna rap, be an Eminem, you know? But I'm not co-signing their worldviews. I'm saying talent-wise. I'm saying consistency, dedication.
Yeah.
But I'm a Christian. I can't co-sign their music. But you get the point, though.
Yeah. Oh, Lord. You said if you go say...
I'm very unfiltered.
If you gonna do it, do it. You know what I'm saying? What night you say, just do it. At that point... I get what you're saying, though. That's funny. Before we get out of here, y'all, we got one little side topic to get to real quick. You know, it's really just we just got some goofy ones today, you know, nothing really too serious, you know, getting back into it with season 4. This next episode, y'all, we got a few of them coming up for the events that we got coming, and then, you know, we got Clear the Air coming up pretty soon. Once I drop promotions for Clear the Air again, that's going to be the one that everybody need to tap into. I'm hoping to get about 5 different guests on the show, you know, throughout social media. You guys can comment, ask your questions. Ain't nothing going to go unanswered. So whatever you want to know, it don't got to be about music, entertainment, whatever. You want to know about some life shit, you want to know about some rumors you heard, go ahead, ask the question. We're going to get it back to you. But I found this also. Now, like my man said, don't believe everything you see on the internet. You know, I just told my daughter that maybe like 4 days ago, you know. But hypothetically, this is the next story that I found. You know, you don't give me the line if it's true or not.
You don't even know.
This right here is more of a just a question that I found, not a story. But I feel like this question came from a story, because you know this does happen to a lot of men in the world, and it sucks, but this does happen. It says this female posted it on Twitter, or it's what is it now? X on X. Oh, okay. She posted on X. If you ever find out your kids aren't yours, as a man, I think you should keep such information away from the kids and continue your fatherly duty. These kids grew up knowing you as their father. Now imagine how traumatizing it would be for the kids when you boldly face them to tell. Now, my 2 cents real quick, you know, I'm stuck on the statement, now imagine how traumatizing it would be for the kids. Imagine how traumatizing it is for that man. What if the man went broke to provide for these kids, and you know what I'm saying, living in and out of cars, jumping from house to house, doing this, going to work 90 hours a week at an oil rig, you know what I mean? You know, he ain't just taking care, he ain't just have no kids, you know what I'm saying? He taking care of these kids, he providing for these kids, he taking care of the mother of these kids. You find out 5 years down the road, you know, and this is usually when, you know, it usually happens 5-6 years down the road. Sometimes it gets to 18, but if you let it get to 18, it's because you ain't go get that DNA test, and you let the world tell you don't need a DNA test just because whatever the fact is. Get the DNA test. But, yeah, you know, 5-6 years down the road, you find out that little Lily not yours no more, or it was never yours, you know, and and there's really women in the world that are like this though. There's really women in the world that'll look at you and say, oh, well, that sucks. You still should take care of them because they only know you. Now, yes, it might be traumatizing for that 5 or 6 year old, but at the end of the day, they got a whole 90 more years to motherfucking live and get over it. I'm not gonna lie to you. Now, am I not gonna think about the child's feelings? Yes, I am. Now, at the end of the day, we all gotta grow up, right? So I'm gonna explain it to them in a way that, they can slowly learn, and I'm not just going up and leave one day. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna back away from a distance. You know what I'm saying? I might do this from a distance. They might only see me, they go from seeing me every day, they might only see me 4 times a week at first, and then they go to 3 times, then 1 time a week, and then eventually you ain't gonna see me no more. The relationship is already ruined with the mother. I don't trust you. I don't want to learn to trust you again. I don't want to give you the opportunity to trust again. I don't even want to deal with you anymore. It's a salty taste in my mouth. It's a bad taste in my mouth for me to stick around. And now you expect me to still provide for this child. And what sucks is if you sign that birth certificate, you're legally liable to take care of that child until they're 18, no matter if it's yours or not. And that's why I say get a DNA test. If you have that feeling, you got that thought, no matter if she ain't done nothing to you, you know what I'm saying? Go get the DNA test, because at the end of the day, some of these females are sneaky, so
I would say this, if I may add.
Yeah, go ahead.
Even if you can prove that it's not your child, the way that the legal system is in America, it's not on men's side.
No, whatsoever. Every state's a woman's state. Shit.
So it's going to be a lot harder for a man in general. I would say also, again, I believe in love. I believe in fighting for love. Till there's no more resorts, with that. As a Christian, I also believe lying is a sin. I'm not going to lie to someone and say I'm your daddy, and I'm not. Yeah. If I find out, it's better to pull off that Band-Aid than to have them live with the wound later. I think that a lot of people also, like you said, they disregard. Everyone rightfully praises moms.
Right.
We should, but a lot of people, they don't regard fathers in society. Father's Day, men get a pair of socks.
Or some underwear, some t-shirts.
A t-shirt, tie. Mother's Day, you get the massage,
the
you get
flowers, the candy. We going out to eat. We might hit the movies. Then you gonna get that shaboing when we get home. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of men are ignored, even by their spouses, by their children. They're just seen as a provider. That's it. You just pay the bills, and they're not really respected.
My wife don't look at me like that, y'all, or my kids. So I'm blessed. You know what I'm saying? Very, very blessed. Very blessed. Goddamn me. I ain't looked at no way. Just the money bag. Goddamn me. My kids, but my wife think about my motherfuckers. She got going on with my mental and my feelings. They shows out for the holidays for me. You know what I'm saying? I don't got to worry about all that bullshit. Y'all got to worry about the shit. You know what I mean? All that shit, the young shit that y'all got going on, But, you know what I'm saying?
I think a child would also respect the man more, knowing that he stepped up when he didn't have to. Especially if he stayed.
Yeah, oh, for sure, man, for sure. And I've seen...
and if that doesn't make the wife at least, respect, this ain't wrong.
And I've seen, it's funny that
and
I read
this. It goes both ways.
Because I'll be watching court cases on Facebook and shit like that. But my favorite thing to watch is divorce court or spousal courts or whatever it is. Because it's just funny as hell the way some of these parents go up here and show their ass and shit like that. But I've seen a lot of them with this, this example right here. The father finds out that it's not his kids, and they got a 6-year-old and or a 5-year-old or even a 4-year-old, and this is what I don't like about it. And a judge called a few of them out, after the relationship is over. They might not like each other. She may not even wanted a baby by him or anything like that. They'll find out you aren't the father. And they get to clapping and oh, yay. Man, I saw this judge. He said, hey, hold on. You over here hee ha and celebrating him. But your 4-year-old, you don't even know who the daddy is. If you better hope this man stays in your life stays in your daughter's life and still loves them like a child, and because he doesn't have to, you know. She didn't say that, but I feel like he doesn't have to. But she did look at the man and say, I'm sorry to tell you this, but you did sign the birth certificate. You are legally liable to take care of this child until they're at the age of 18. And that's what sucks. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, if I'm sitting here 4 or 5 years down the road, I find out the kid's not mine or whatever. Yes, it's going to suck, but you just told me I get another 16, 15 years and I can still be in the kid's life, still support this, and a third or whatever. This kid going to be mine. I'm going to make this kid mine. You know, some way, somehow, I can't. It'll be hard for me to walk away. Now, I would say that's only if the relationship, you know, makes it that far. I find out a year later, I'm gone. I don't want the kid. I don't want you. I want nothing to fucking do with it. You know, legally I got to do this. Okay, I understand. Hit that child support, do whatever you got to do. And kudos to you to get that dub. And I'm going to take an L on that. But I'm damn sure going to see if I can find a lawyer to fight it, you know, some way, somehow, whatever, give up my parenting rights, or however I got to do it, you know what I mean? But
I'll take the conversation spiritually. Even if, you know, you are a parent, or if you have an adopted child, or you're a stepdad or whatever, even if you are a biological dad, biblically, you borrow your children.
You said you borrow them?
You're borrowing them.
Okay.
You're a steward. That means a manager. Okay. God assigns you with the gift of children to simply manage their upbringing.
And then send them off.
He's the real dad.
Oh, shit.
He's a father to the fatherless.
It's
interesting when you look at this spiritually, because even if you are a biological dad, because you're a human and you're a person with faults and errors, even if you are Christian, you're going to fail them because you're not perfect.
Okay.
You're going to mess up in some way, shape, or form, and you're going to miss the mark. And God is the earthly father is supposed to be the greatest example, pointing them to their heavenly father, which is God. But because you're not God, you're going to mess up somewhere. Yeah. And he's the one that fills the gaps. And I just want to share that because if anyone, you know, I like it's satire, it's hilarious, it's sad at the same time too. Yeah. But I like this topic because even on the whole cheating thing with the other story with the grandma and grandpa, because God says, you know, like, if you follow other gods, you're like cheating on him. He's our husband as followers of him. The Bible says to not go a-whoring after other gods. Don't be a thot. Don't be a hoe and worship Allah and worship Buddha and worship yourself. Right. Worship money, sex, and murder and drugs. It's really interesting that the conversation is taking this route because
it's crazy. You done spun everything that we done talked about. I got a biblical view for you.
I mean, everything is a sermon. The Bible, there's a saying, it's basic instructions before leaving earth. That's what the Bible stands for. Again, at the end of the day, you have to have a moral compass and a moral standard. You can't even say that that's wrong for a woman to cheat on a man and him not know if he's the dad if you don't even believe in the Bible and believe in right and wrong because it doesn't exist outside of a Christian worldview. There's no reason to say stealing is bad, cheating is bad if you're not a Christian because you can just do what you want. That's why people are evil. You can do whatever you want. It doesn't matter. Who says stealing is bad? The Bible. Yeah. The Bible says you're without excuse. It's written in your heart right from wrong. That's why you know I'm about to offend someone. That's why you know when you're gonna masturbate and you're watching pornography that the guilt and shame comes after. You know it's not natural. You know it's wrong.
Why did I see a post yesterday that said, after you do all that or whatever you watching this, you look at that and say, oh, now get this dirty shit off my phone.
Or if you, like, I used to be a thief when I did graffiti. I stole a lot of art supplies. I'm not saying you're a thief, but maybe the viewers, present tense or past tense were like me. You ever stole something and then you just feel so bad, but you wanted it, but you know it's wrong in your heart. How do you know it's wrong? Because when someone steals from you, it's suddenly bad and right and wrong exist. But it doesn't. The rules don't matter when you want something.
Exactly.
People are hypocrites.
And big facts.
The Bible shows you that how much of a hypocrite we all are. I love that you brought up all these stories because there is no right and wrong to the hypocrite.
Big facts, man. We got a couple more minutes before we get up out of here, man. You got 4 books on the table. You did say something about writing. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and let the world know what we got.
So I got 5 self-published books.
Okay.
My first one is From Damnation to Salvation. It's in English, it's available in Spanish, and it's available in French on Amazon. This was like my 3rd book, Why I Left Hip Hop to Follow the Lord Jesus Christ. This details the deliverance that I had of demons being casted out. That first book detailed me seeing those demons for like a week. These are Christian poetry books, actually.
Okay.
Before I was saved, I always wanted to do a poetry book. I became a rapper because I heard rap on the radio and loved it. But at the same time, I started getting into poetry like 6th, 7th grade. People came to my middle school in the Bronx and they were teaching us how to do haiku poems and stuff. And I was like, this is awesome. I'm with this. It's the same time I'm learning how to draw Dragon Ball Z and stuff and getting into art. But I have these poetry books. It's mostly English, broken Spanish, Spanglish, Christian poetry. What's interesting about poetry and rap is there's nothing new under the sun. When Jesus rose from the grave, which is historically verified that he was an actual human being, the crucifixion actually happened. There's more evidence for Jesus being real than Alexander the Great, than George Washington existing, and a whole bunch of other stuff. But ever since the resurrection, the early church in the Middle East used poetry. They used song to teach stuff from the Bible. So it's not surprising that I'm using poetry.
Right.
It's not surprising I'm writing books. People have used literature to teach. If you look at famous philosophers, Socrates, Plato, going back to Greek and Roman times, which is biblical times, they always had something intellectual to talk about and intellectualize, even in the time of Egypt. The difference between back then and today, people they accept devil worship as family friendly. It's packaged differently. But if you go back to the time of Egypt and all that, who were the wise men? Every king and ruler, they had people that they would go to for counsel or for therapy or to interpret their dreams or whatever. They were worshiping false gods. So a lot of this esoteric knowledge that you receive from people who are like into chakras and all this other stuff, and everything is spiritual. And this is going to be a hard pill for y'all to swallow watching this. You live in a spiritual world.
Oh, you're shitting me.
Is that ending?
I don't know what that is, but we still rolling on cam.
Everything is spiritual, and the reality is you're like a sponge. You're soaking up information, and when you squeeze a sponge, everything that's in it goes out. So whatever you're consuming in your ears with music, in your eyes with literature, anything, in daily life interactions, you're going to squeeze it on other people. So I'm just trying to do my best with my talent, my resources, my little budget, which I'm trying to grow, and just squeeze positivity on people, squeeze scripture on people, because life is too short. You don't want to be the 90-year-old guy with the 90-year-old wife and find out, that it was all a lie.
Man, I know y'all can't see it, but every time we get to talking about some real shit or some real powerful shit, one of our cams ends, and it's always the live broadcasting one. And it's like, man, every we still gonna get it out. You know what I'm saying? They still gonna hear everything that we said at the beginning of this interview, everything like that. You know what I'm saying? We gonna break the clips up, get it all sent out. But I've noticed every episode that we've had someone come talk on, and we've had these conversations or something like that, or like the conspiracy conversations and whatnot. It's always that live broadcast is always canceled some way, somehow. And this time they only canceled it with about 45 seconds left in the show anyway. So it's really not a big deal. The only thing they're missing is, promo and stuff like that. But like, that's it goes to show, the world, some out there don't want that positivity to spread. They don't want that message to be sent out, you know, and Rise with the Kings was made so we still get that message sent out. You know what I'm saying? You got the backup camera going just because we know shit like that happens. So we still gonna get this message out. We appreciate you coming to the show.
Thank you.
Y'all, music videos dropping soon.
That's right.
Get excited for it, you know. We're gonna have him back on the show in a couple of weeks and see where we at with it, see how it goes. We might even have a music video on the show. I don't know what we gonna do, you know what I'm saying? But we gonna get it going, you know.
Can I pray over the viewers and listeners?
Yeah, go ahead, man.
If you want to give your life to Jesus, tomorrow's not promised. You can go in your car to work and die in a car accident and end up in hell. God forbid. I'm going to be totally real with you. Some of you, you will never find the conversation of God as relevant unless if a loved one had cancer or if you were on a deathbed or something like that. So, you know, if you understand the reality of what I'm saying and you know the Bible is real, you can pray with me. You don't have to say words out loud. There's no magic formula. Just pray along in your head if you want. Give your life to Jesus. Take this moment to really do this. Get a Bible and read it. That's my advice to you. I'm going to pray over you if you're willing to humble yourself before God. It's not a me thing. It's not about me. You ain't got to tell me. You just get a Bible. I'm not advising you to go to a local church because there could be a pedophile in there. You could go to the wrong church where they're manipulative and they just want your money and they don't care about your relationship with God.
Yep.
You cannot just walk into any building in 2026.
You really can't. You're not wrong.
If you don't know the Bible, you walk in any building, it could be a cult like the Jim Jones movement where they drank Kool-Aid and they all died.
Yeah.
Right? Anyways, let me pray with you. If you're willing to humble yourself. Lord Jesus Christ, please forgive me for my sins. I believe, God, that you are real. I know, Lord, that you made me and my life has a purpose and it's way bigger than what I see right now. Lord, I believe you died for me. You were buried. You rose the third day. You ascended to the right hand of God the Father. God, help me to spend the rest of my life being like you, serving you and reflecting your character. And I may not fully understand what that means right now.